Today I want to talk about the fastest way to learn banjo music off of tablature. Hello guys, thank you so much for pushing that play button. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new to my channel and you love banjo music, please consider hitting that subscribe button, guys, because that's all I post on here. Today I want to talk about the fastest way to learn the banjo if you're learning from tablature. And what brought this on for me is right now, of course, you all know I'm trying to learn clawhammer banjo, and so I'm practicing it a lot. And before I get into all that, let me give a shout out to Josh over at clawhammerbanjo.net, or Banjo on YouTube, I believe. Now, this is not a sponsored video. He has nothing to do with me. He just has a course, and I'm taking it and using it to learn the clawhammer banjo, and it is excellent. It is absolutely excellent. I recommend it highly. If you're trying to learn the clawhammer banjo, clawhammerbanjo.net, and sign up for the course. I think it's like $20 a month or something like that, which at first I thought, oh my God. But then again, if you think about it, if you have a teacher, you're gonna be paying them $20 a week, $80 a month. $20 a month don't sound too bad. So a lot of problem I see with people that's trying to learn banjo off tablature is they try to learn too much of the song from the tablature at once. They try to do either the whole song or a whole line or a couple of lines and try to get, a certain section. The fastest way, and all these are just my opinion, this is what I've learned from when I learned three finger to what I'm doing on clawhammer right now, and it has helped me out tremendously in my learning of the tablature. So the first thing I'll do is I will pick, and don't hang me if I say the wrong term for the music, because I'm not a big term guy on sheet music and how to read it. So if my terms are a little bit off, please forgive me, because I use tablature just enough to memorize what I'm trying to memorize, get it in my head, get it in my ear, and get it in my hand. That's all I want to do when I'm reading tablature. Once I get there, I don't look at the tablature no more. What I'll do is just kind of go through Cripple Creek. Now, I'm going to be putting out a video later on. Like right now, it's the first weekend of football season. I don't know when this video is going to come out because I've got several videos stacked ahead of each other. But I also got a clawhammer video coming out where I'm learning Cripple Creek on the banjo, the clawhammer banjo, and it's going to go through my learning process of learning Cripple Creek, and then I'm going to play Cripple Creek at the end to show you the progression of how I got through it, and so that'll be in that video. But I'm going to do a little bit here just to kind of give you an idea of how I learned the first little verse of Cripple Creek. So what I done is took the first little lick on Cripple Creek, and I threw the rest of it away. I didn't throw it away, but I didn't look at it, didn't care about it. All I wanted to do is this one little lick, and I'd done this until I could do it from memory without looking at tablature. And it goes, if I can do this without screwing up. That's it. That's all. And I done it over and over until I got it in my brain. I just kept doing it. So what I done was I didn't worry about the whole song. I worried about that one little section, and I got that section down. And once I got that section down in my head and I knew exactly, and you want to do it real slow. And like right now I'm doing it a little faster, nowhere near up to speed, but I'm doing it a little faster than I would have started out playing Cripple Creek. Because I've already put the time and the effort into learning this, and so I'm there now. But when I started, it was, to give you an idea, each one of these sections, I probably practice it for 3 to 4 hours a night. Like this section I'm playing right now, I probably practice it for like 4 hours one night, and I got it down. The next section I'm getting ready to show you, about 3 or 4 hours. The last section, about the same. So that's the first section, right? And then once I got that down, I moved to the next section, and I done it. And just shortened it as much as I could to get the main licks in. And I done it slow enough to where I made sure that I trusted the tablature that it's right, and then committed to memory every note in the tablature for that section. And that's all I done. That didn't sound very good, but and I practiced that. and done it until I got it down. So now I've got 2 sections memorized in my head and I know how they go. So then I went to the last section of the first little verse of Cripple Creek, which goes, a little short section, but the shorter you get them, the easier it is to do. And the reason I do this is because if you try to do a whole section, you'll get frustrated trying to do a whole section or a whole song at once, because you got to play through the whole freaking thing before you get back to where you're at. And so I break them down into the small sections to where I can play them small sections, and I can learn it, and it makes me feel accomplished that I've learned something as I'm practicing. If you're trying to do the whole thing at once, you got to play through the whole thing and you're screwing up like at this one part. Well, that one part is what you need to practice. So as you're playing through this whole thing, like you can play everything great and you're screwing up on this one part. Well, if you do take a little section at a time and get them all right as you're doing them, then when you get done, all you got to do is put them little sections together, right? So let's see if I can play through this slowly. See what I'm saying? So I'd already practiced each section, and all I really had to do is get my brain to put them together. Now, when you go to put them together, don't be discouraged if they all, like you don't put them all together real quickly, right? Because you've got to make your brain make that attachment to put them groups together. So when I was starting this, it would be like, and then I'd have to stop for a minute and be like, okay, now I'll go to the slide. Oh, and then I got to pull back up. Hammer on, yeah. So I had to make those attachments in my brain, which will take you a couple hours to get all them together. But now that I'm done, I've got the whole little first verse of Cripple Creek really, really slow, and I've got to practice on getting the speed up, but I've got all the notes right because I've practiced them right and everything's together. Which, it ain't great, but I can get through it and I know that I'm doing it right. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for pushing that play button today. I greatly appreciate it. If this has helped you any at all, please consider smashing that like button, guys. With that being said, we will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.